My name's Anthony Bellafemini. I'm the owner of the Barista's Touch in Hillsdale, New Jersey, and this is Behind the Bite. So I decided to open up the shop in Hillsdale because at the time when we were looking, the town, unfortunately, but good for me, lost a Starbucks here in town about 4 or 5 years ago. And when I moved up to the area, we were scouting around certain towns and we found out about the Starbucks that left. So it was a pretty easy decision because the town had about a 4-year open market for coffee in town. And when I found that out, it was kind of a no-brainer. So how we curated our menus, my younger days when I was around New York City a lot, I discovered Greek cafes. And I learned that European style drinks are way different than how they're made in America. And I found that a really cool niche. And the issue is that you can't find those drinks in New Jersey, so we decided to bring them. So a lot of people are always surprised when they see our espresso tonic, big drink out of Greece. We also have our cappuccino Freddos, another one based out of Greece. Of course, the frappes, very unique, different drinks that a lot of people, when they come in, they're shocked to see it because they've never even heard of these things. So that's why we're here to educate people on that. And also, if people want coffees, we create cafe au laits where we're gonna blend in milks in your coffee if you want something different, but still have like a cappuccino feel with the texture of the milk in it. And we always do a lot of spontaneous drinks as well. We make all of our syrups house made, which we could always make a drink real flavorful, funky, and different just based off of that. And honestly, the possibilities are endless here at the shop. So what it takes to make a really good cup of coffee, if we wanna dig deep into it, the number one thing that most coffee shop owners will say is the water. Number one thing, you gotta get your water tested, find out what's in it, make sure you're protecting your equipment. So for us, we take a big investment in the water here because we have a lot of chloride in Hillsdale. And chlorides will hold these little salts that will bypass any filtration system and pretty much corrode the boilers on your espresso machine inside out. So we take proper care in that, where we're creating our own custom blend of our water with 2 double reverse osmosis systems we have in the basement of the shop. And we literally have blending valves of us controlling the ppm of what's going in and what's going out of that water. So when it comes through the machine, it instantly improves the quality of your coffee, no questions asked. It is like night and day. So we do take a lot of pride on this water that we make in the basement. We even have TDS monitors on these RO systems, so we actually see the ppm, and if the levels are ever off, we could always readjust to make sure everything is absolutely on point. My love for coffee started when I was young. I started, drinking your typical Maxwell House Folgers coffee when I was like 12, 13. Parents were always brewing a couple of pots. But how I really fell in love with it was when I actually got hands-on into the coffee industry, because I always figured, oh, a cup of coffee, you just press the button on the coffee maker, it's just brewing you some coffee, no big deal. But until I really got into it, until I would say about 2018, is when I stepped into the coffee industry and I trained with Cafe Grumpy in their training lab in the Lower East Side, and learning all the small steps and the time it takes and all the preparation it takes just to make a good cup of coffee is very underestimated, because to the outside eye, they don't see all the small steps we have to do in the morning before we open up the shop. Also, a lot of people don't understand that the espresso needs to be dialed in. And when you dial in the espresso, that is the recipe for the espresso you have. Making sure that the grind is at the right adjustment, so you get the right amount of grinds in your portafilter. And then when you shoot the shot, you want to make sure that shot is in a certain time and weight frame. You don't want your shots pulled under, you don't want your shots pulled over. You want them right down center, dialed in. So when you have that espresso shot straight, you will taste those notes in the coffee and you will get just a clear, crisp taste of all those notes that are described on the bag, because that is always a big question we get. What are these notes on the bag for? And that also comes from where they're grown based off soil and elevation and etc. But at the end of the day, it's just making sure all the preparation getting in the coffee. And when I notice that, I'm like, I love this, because I don't like anything easy. When you do it the hard way, it always feels a lot better and your product always comes out better. So with the customers that always come into the shop, we have grown really close with all the regulars that come in, because there's something special about this, because my passion is hospitality. I have been in different industries in hospitality, and learning that it means more to people when they actually have a connection with their barista compared to just let me get the coffee and go. You go to a Dunkin' Donuts and a Starbucks, there's no connection, there's no conversation, it's just here's your coffee, you go. But when you come into the shop, we created this bar concept here at the shop just so everyone could actually see us working, talk to us while we're working. And it means more to people when you actually have a connection with somebody, creating something that you're looking forward to, which automatically is just going to make the rapport of your relationship even greater, especially when you make something they really like, they love the drink, you'll see them the next day. So I'm always really, really cautious of making sure I grow close with the customers, understand their needs and what exactly they look for when they step into the shop. So I have two people on my side working here. I have Carly and Gabby. Carly has been with me since day one. She found me the very first week I opened. She's an artist first and foremost. She has great ideas, great vision. She works great with her hands here at the shop, learning how to make all the drinks. She actually even helps with the decor around the shop. Carly mocks up all of our special boards that we have. She even did our menu board here at the shop. Besides that, Carly is an amazing barista. I have trained her very hard the first few months we worked together, and she is at the point where essentially I don't even need to be here if drinks need to be made, because I completely trust Carly making everything, and that is really hard to come by today, finding good, trustworthy people. Gabby, who we found from New Haven, Connecticut, she has worked in specialty coffee over there, so she was an absolute no-brainer for me to hire. Both of them, amazing customer service, which is probably the most important thing I look for in people. Gabby gets along with everybody. Carly literally has people that look forward to coming just to see her. And me as the owner means everything to me, because they are a reflection of me. So I couldn't have been happier to found these two amazing baristas work here at the shop. So opening up my business has changed me a lot as a person. It's definitely made me stronger. It's made me smarter, it's made me wiser. I know years on, I will still be continuing to make mistakes, because that's just the nature of the beast stepping into a business. I learned that any day you unlock the door and you walk in, you can run into any problem, any day, anytime. And it really takes a strong character to hold everything together, because I would be lying to say if we weren't stressed out of our mind as business owners, besides doing the physical work at the shop. Then when you step out of the shop, then you have your paperwork, your administrative work, so many other things that you need to make sure is done on time and correct, just besides making coffee. It's taught me to be more disciplined with myself as a person, and it has really just changed me for the better. I have went through a lot of hardships, let's say, before I opened this place. It took pretty much all of my time, all of my energy. I dedicated nothing except to work on this shop. And I think that's something a lot of people need to know. If you ever do want to open up your own shop, just know that's the only thing you can be dedicated on. It's cliche as just going all or nothing. And this is pretty much the things that I've learned running the shop. My name's Anthony Bellafemini, the owner of the Barista's Touch in Hillsdale, New Jersey, and this is Behind the Bite. Thanks for watching.